Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooed Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a plan with me and we're talking this one through because I haven't done that in a while and I got some questions off of Instagram so that hopefully I won't ramble on about random stuff. So yeah, we're going to do that today. And I have this super fun kit from Glam Planner. This is the fall mystery from this year and I love it. It's so fun. And I'm not super into Halloween, but I love the vibe of this kit and the patterns and the colors. It's just gorgeous. So I do have the girls, which I don't think I'm going to be using in my spread because I love the full boxes. I think they're just gorgeous. That kitty cat is calling my name. I love the boots. I love the pattern on the tile floor. Oh, and the colors are just gorgeous. I'm so excited. All right, we got some full box checklists. I think I'll use one of these on the weekend. We've got some extra full boxes and then some functional stuff on this page. We've got some functional things on this page. And then we got some cute deco scripts. I love those new scripts. More functional things and sidebar stuff over there. We've got a bunch of little, this is the full like a luxe kit, by the way. This is a lot of stickers. I'm really not going to pull in a ton of stuff besides maybe some scripts and some character stickers because this kit is so full. Okay, the bottom washi I freaking love. It is like the side of a house with a fence. It's so cool. I'm so excited. I am going to be using gold foil with this kit. It did come with these kind of dot, I think they're so delicate and pretty, these little dot overlays. And then I have extra boxes, like I need them, and some glitter headers. And if you can see here, I tested out what some overlays would look like over the glitter headers, and I'm just really excited for that. I have a bunch of foil stuff I'm going to bring in. I've got a couple of these boxes from Sadie Stickers. I've got some foil overlays. I thought these would go really well with these that Glam Planner put in the kit. I just think they're pretty. And then I've got the matching sampler if I want to bring that in. I've got these for the double box situation on there, and then I've got some date numbers that I'm going to use on the date covers. So I think we're ready to get moving on this. So I have a bunch of stuff laid out. I think just to save a teensy bit of time, because when I do talk throughs, I talk a lot and I kind of slow my pace down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom washi, put down the headers, date covers, and maybe we'll do the sidebar together. But I'm going to just maybe get those things down so that I can maybe save myself a little bit of time. But I hope you understand. And let's, oh, I also have this double box, but I'm not going to use this because it's too big. But yes, let's get going on this, and I'll be back in a minute and we'll work on some plans together. All right, I think that'll help just a little bit. So let's go to the sidebar and work on that. I decided to go with the entering Salem sign for my quote box area here. I always line it up on the like 2.5 lines. Like that. Okay, so let's see what kind of questions I have. I've got my iPad here. Okay, so this one, I've gotten this question before, like randomly, but I've never like addressed it in a video, I don't think. But how did you get into MFM, which MFM is my favorite murder? And the answer to that would be, I was listening to Serial, if you know that podcast. It's a great podcast. I was listening to season 1, and it just completely intrigued me. And that was the first podcast that I was listening to, besides like stuff you missed in history class. Serial was the first podcast that like really like I became obsessed with, and really quickly too. And I finished it because I was coming to it a little bit late. I finished it, and I just I want to use one of these so bad, but I don't think I have enough stuff. We'll just do it. So I'm looking for these and glitter headers. Okay, so I was getting into Serial, like I said, and then I was looking for other podcasts kind of like Serial, or even just like true crime in general, because I have always been interested in true crime, like since I was like a little kid, basically. I have loved true crime, and my mom is a murderino, my sister's a murderino, it runs in the family. I just love it. And I was looking on the Serial page on the podcast app, and if you scroll down to the bottom, it gives like suggested podcasts. So I was just looking at it one day, and there was a podcast called My Favorite Murder, and I was just intrigued. I was like, what's that about? What does that even mean? I don't even know. That sounds weird. So because I'm extremely curious, I just clicked on it, and it brought me to kind of this thing that completely changed my entire life, which I know sounds like dramatic, but it's true. It completely changed my life. Like, I love My Favorite Murder. I love what they do. I love the community that has been created. Like, that Facebook group was like baby group. Like, I joined MFM when they were on episode 3. And the Facebook group at that time was teeny tiny. It was still in like the thousands, if that. Like, it was so small. And it really felt like we were in it together kind of thing. It was just that Facebook group was so fun. And I just had a blast in there. Like, I've met people that like we get each other, you know? And so I have been listening to the podcast ever since. I went and saw them live this past May with my sister, and that was life-changing. Like, I was just so happy the whole time. It was the best. I do hope to go see them again, but like, My Favorite Murder is just kind of like, it's just amazing. I don't know how else to say it. It's just brought me closer to my mom and sister because we can like bond over that. I discovered my cousin's wife in there one day, just randomly in that Facebook group, the old one. It doesn't exist anymore, but the old Facebook group. And I was going to try to fix this because it was crooked, but I don't know that I can do that. How about we just cut it off? Or maybe I can, I don't know. I'm going to ruin it. So let's just leave it. Okay. That's crooked, but oh well. So anyway, I was just like browsing in there one day, and I saw my cousin's wife, and it kind of changed our relationship and brought us closer together. And it's just all of the spin-off groups. Like, I'm in probably 10 spin-off groups at this point. It was more than that at one point, but the groups are just incredible. There's a Teacherinos, which is amazing. It's like teachers that you want to hang out with. And then Parsley, Sage, and True Crime. Love that one. And what else? I really like, I don't know why I can't put a sticker down straight today. What else do I like? Planarinos, of course. But yeah, I love My Favorite Murder, and it brought a lot of other true crime podcasts into my life because they would recommend some. So it's just kind of opened up a lot of different avenues for me, and it's just so fun to experience all that stuff. Let's see if we can fit this in here. It's going to be a tight fit. I don't know. Let me just put this in here, and I'll move my cleaning checklist down. That is crooked. Everything is crooked. But if you want true crime recommendations, I can definitely do, I could do a whole plan with me on that topic. I did do that one time, I think, but that was like last year, I'm pretty sure. I did a whole talk through on my favorite podcast because I do have a wide variety of podcasts that I do listen to. I don't know what I was planning to do with that. I'm going to put this back. But yeah, I love My Favorite Murder. It's amazing. Amazing. All right. Another question was, how do you deal with hate on social media? Which I really don't. I very rarely get mean comments. When I do, I just block the person. I don't try to rationalize with them because I have found that that doesn't really work, because those people aren't looking for a rational response. They want you to lash out, and so you just don't give them what they want. You just block them, because who needs that kind of negativity in their lives? I say no one. So yeah, you just block them, because the internet is not real life. Real life is real life. You may meet internet people in real life and make them a part of your real life, but random strangers on the internet are not a part of your real life, and you don't owe them anything. So just like, get away from them. You have that right to like kick them out of your space online. Another question kind of related to that was, how do you deal with hate in like face to face? Which, again, like, you don't owe anyone anything unless it's like your family or close friends. Like get out. Even if it's your family and close friends, you gotta set those boundaries. I read this book called Boundaries. Search for it on Amazon. It's really good. I read that a couple years ago, and it just changed kind of my outlook on a lot of things. And you are allowed to create boundaries in your own life, and you don't have to apologize for it, because you only get this one life. So make of it what you want. And if people are taking away from that, then get them out. Okay, tips for beginner planners. So I got this question actually last week in a comment on my Plan With Me, and I'll say my same response here. I'm going to do these at the end, actually. So let's just move on to Monday, I guess. Let me get organized real quick so that I don't mess up, because the last time I did a talk through, I like put Wednesday on the wrong day. It was a mess. So Monday. Oh, I forgot my script stickers. I already pulled them. Where are they? Okay. So tips for beginners. My number one tip is to start slow and do not buy all the things. First of all, you don't need all the things. I have a big collection because I've been planning for 4 years, decorative planning, and this stuff accumulates, and then you like turn around one day and you just realize how much shit you have. And that is what has happened with me. Although I have completely like destashed and cleaned out my collection, and it's only things that I use, and I gave away a bunch of stuff and downsized. So learn from my mistakes, and definitely don't overbuy, especially if you don't know what your style is yet. Like, this type of style may not be for you. It wasn't mine in the beginning. This just evolved over time. But it is not for everyone, and it shouldn't be for everyone. So definitely just figure out what you want, what kind of planner you want, because the Erin Condren Vertical Neutral is not for everyone. Some people like colorful. Some people like hourly. I was an hourly girl for 2 years. So you just have to figure out what works for you and your style and your budget. And then you can't compare yourself to anyone else. So I would suggest like starting with like on Instagram, following some styles that you're interested in. And then you could follow those for a while, and then maybe kind of not like mimic, I guess would be the right word. Just mimic or imitate what they're doing. And then if you like it, then you can go out and buy some things from whatever shops you want to buy from. But definitely do not overbuy, and definitely don't buy out of your budget, because I did that once upon a time before I had income from YouTube and other things. So definitely do not overbuy, because it's not necessary at all for you to do that ever. Like, this is a hobby, and it should not be a stressful thing for you ever. So don't ever overbuy like out of your means, because that's not worth it. I do want to go ahead and mark a couple of things on this school day, and I think I will do that with maybe this little asterisk. This kit is huge. See, like, I don't even need a kit this big, but I'm on Elle's PR team, and she gifted us with this. I always buy mini kits because that's what my style is more geared toward. But I have a luxe kit, and I'm loving it. I just don't need all of this. So definitely just like start small, figure out your style, and go from there. That's my main advice. And don't compare yourself to anyone else, because your handwriting is going to be different. Your style is going to be different. Everything is going to be different. And you don't need to be like anybody else. You can be like yourself. And that's where you find like the magic, you know? Like that's where you find your groove, is when you go and do what you want to do. So, all right. I have a couple of things here, and I do want to mark them with something like this one. This is Red Ribbon Week, but I have zero idea what to mark with that. So I do want to bring in some more gold foil. Let's look in my gold foil and see. I really just want to go all out with the spread, because this kit is so freaking beautiful. So let's do one of these little arrows from my newest addiction. These are classic. All right, perfect. And then I do need to put in my videos for this week. So let's do these little labels. Let's go green. So I've got my plan with me. I've got, what is it, my haul, and then my monthly plan with me. What do I want to use to mark that? I think foil for sure. I've got some of these from Rose Colored Days that I need to use up. So let's use them. I'm just going to write on this one here because it's going to be on Wednesday. All right. Another question was about monthly spreads and how do you fill it up if it is like blank, if you have blank spaces. And I have a lot of those because I am a boring person from time to time. So I will show you my monthly spread right now. and I'll show you what I did, or what I do. Okay, here is October currently. So I use washi. I'll cut it down sometimes and I'll like rip it and layer it. Here's some more layering over here. I will fill in with bigger stickers from my stash, like this one. This day was not a good day, so I found this one from Bubba Bear Studios. I will fill in with just like general info like this, but a lot of washi goes into it. Let's look at September, because I love how September turned out. So lots of like torn washi and large stickers, even some deco stickers. I'll pull in some stuff from Happy Planner to just fill in space. But yeah, I love a full monthly spread. Here is August. And washi and stickers will really help you with that, especially washi, because it can fill up a lot of space if you like layer it. But that is how I fill up empty spaces on my monthly kits. Let's move on to the rest of Monday. Let's finish up that one. So let's do a green. No. Let's do orange here. So this will be for a workout. I'm finally back into my workouts again. It ebbs and flows. So since January, I have lost 40 pounds, but it is slow going, y'all, because I'm doing it right this time. I'm being healthy, and I'm not self-sabotaging, and I'm not doing unhealthy habits. So yes, it's much slower, but it's much more healthy because it's going to stick. I think I will forever fluctuate, forever. But it definitely helps when I do it the right way. All right, let's move on to Tuesday. So I've got tutorials and I have a unit exam that I want to mark. So I think I'll do a label. Actually, maybe I'll throw in like a foiled sticker because I just need some more. So let's bring in one of these guys. I love these little samplers from Sadie Stickers. So we'll bring in a quarter box for our Unit 2 exam. Right here. And I think I will use like a little coffee cup or something for that. This is also, oh no, Monday is our regional cross country meet. But I'm not going to put that in there because I'm not going. It's in another town. All right, so we've got this for my Unit 1 exam, and maybe I will do like a little Fox and Pip, Computer Girl, coffee break is what it's called. Oh, I've got these too. These are cute. I completely forgot that I had these. Okay, let's use up this. Well, this has blue on it, but that's okay. These are like the older ones. Okay, that's a little large, but we're gonna go with it like that. Okay, and then below that, I want to mark that I'm having tutorials again this day. It's the end of the 6 weeks this week, so I gotta be there for my kids. Let's do a little gray quarter box there for tutorials. I need to order some more of these because all I've got left is like the bigger ones. All right. No, I didn't mean to use that one. Crap. Ah. Okay. I wanted the grading ones because I didn't want to. I think I'll save this for later in the week when I have to do my grades, so I don't waste it. And then I'm going to use this one for this day. Here we go. Okay, so that's for tutorials. Let's see if I have another question to answer. Who or what inspired you to film your first video, and then how did you figure out how to do it? So the thing that inspired me to do my first video, which was over 3 years ago, it's crazy, was that I was using the EC Hourly at the time, and there was not there was no one out there doing plan with me's or anything with the style that I was using, which was Bowerly, like vertical / hourly. I think I will use this girl because I like her skin tone. Oh, it's by that full box though. Maybe I can put the shoes over here, maybe. Okay, we're gonna put this back for a later. And I'll use the flat lay here. Oh, but the flat lay is that same pattern too. Oh no. All right. I might have to pull up one of these guys. We're gonna have to do it because I don't want that pattern next to itself. But I do love the pattern. Okay, we're gonna pull this one up. Or I could pull the pit. Oh, I love the kitty. Kitty staying there. All right, so how did I get started? Back to my question. So no one was doing like Bowerly plan with me's besides like one other person who is on the Glam Planner PR team with me now. We were early planner friends. Her name is Reese. And we were the only ones, like she was the only one doing it. And even then, like we had differences in our styles. I like destroyed this box. It's okay. We're going to put this here. Yeah, I just didn't see anybody out there doing what I was doing at the time. And the people who were like the big plan with me people at that time, they had like perfect plan with me's. And I knew that my planner style was a little more chaotic than that. And so I wanted to offer to people like something different that wasn't perfect. So not that there's anything wrong with that because I like watching those videos too. But I wanted to offer something like different and a little more real and like show my whole process and everything. So that's what I decided to do. And I got really good feedback like from the very beginning. And everyone was really supportive. Of course, my channel has grown like really slow compared to most people. But I think it's because like I'm not everyone's style. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And that's totally fine. Like I would rather be myself than be fake or anything like that for views because that's not who I am. So it's been slow going, but it's also been really, really good. I've met a lot of great people on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm excited to maybe meet some people this year. But yeah, I didn't see anyone like me. I didn't see anyone real. Cindy from Llama Letters was out there doing her thing with like lettering and stuff, but I don't think that she was really doing a ton of like plan with me's and stuff like that. But I kind of, not that I am comparing myself to her because I'm not anything to her caliber, but like she's more of my style of playing with me, like fun, real, uncensored, kind of just fun. So yeah, that's how I started. I started on my dining room table and I was like on the table itself, which is like it's an antique table. It had a white background because I saw everyone using a white background. So I was like, how does that even happen? Turns out it's just a foam board. You can get them anywhere, like at Walgreens or Walmart or whatever. It's not fancy at all. But I thought it was. I couldn't figure out what people were doing. And at that time, you weren't really supposed to ask at all. Like it was like some weird secret or something. I don't know what was going on. But no one was really like talking about how to get ahead on YouTube or anything like that. So like I was too scared to ask anyone at all because I had seen horror stories in Planners Gone Wild. So I just figured it out all by myself. I did a ton of research. It actually took me probably about a month to even like get started. I just used iMovie on my laptop at the time, and I hold on, I'm trying to find some foil sticker. Okay, so yeah, I just used iMovie. I had to watch a ton of videos on YouTube of how to use iMovie because I wanted it to look nice. I didn't want it to look like crappy. And so I made sure that I like knew what I was doing with the editing process. I practiced a lot. I ordered lights off of Amazon, and that was a learning curve too. Like, and they were just like sitting in my living room, dining room area for months while I was first filming. And yeah, it was just like, it was a mess at the beginning, if I can say that. Because I just like figured it out. Like, I did tons and tons of research on it. And like I said, I would practice. Like, I would film something, like 5 minutes or whatever. And then I would go and download the footage and I would like watch myself and listen to myself. The first probably 10 or 15 videos, I'm like so stiff and just like, it's not even, doesn't even sound like my voice. And like my friend, when I told her about this, I didn't tell anyone about it for like a long time. And then I told her about my channel and how I was like kind of excited about it. And I told her the channel name and stuff, and she went and watched a video and she said, it doesn't even sound like you. And I was like, at first I was like, I don't know what you mean. And then I really listened back to it and like actually focused on it, and it came to me and I was like, why are you talking like that? What is that about? That doesn't make any sense. Like, talk like a normal person. And so I fixed that, because you just have to talk like you're just like talking to someone. Like, you can't get like caught up in it, or you will like get freaked out and you will not be yourself. And the thing about YouTube is the people that like quote unquote succeed are the one, at least in the planner community, are the ones who are themselves, like unapologetically themselves. And that's what you have to do, because otherwise it's just fake, you know? It's like not you. And what they're watching and what they're wanting to see is you. It's not really like the planner spread so much, although, you know, a lot of people's are beautiful. It's your personality, it's your commentary, it's your it's like your actual content of what you're sharing. That's what they're there for. So that took me a minute to figure out. And my first videos, which I haven't ever taken any down yet. I don't think I will, because I think that like that needs to show through, that like that's a part of my experience being a YouTuber, was being so freaking awkward in the beginning. And I didn't even know I was being awkward. It just happened. But you kind of outgrow that as you kind of practice and you learn how to edit yourself and you know how to stay in frame. That's one thing you gotta learn. But yeah, I'm not perfect at all by any means, but I feel like I've definitely improved a ton, and I keep trying to get better at connecting with my audience, because like it's very easy to just make a video and then just never like come back to it, and never like talk to anyone in the comments or anything like that. You know, like getting to know your audience. You could totally make videos, just throw them out there and then never ever interact with anybody. You could, but that's not how you grow your channel. It's not how you grow a community. And I really do want to create like a good community, but I'm also very introverted, and I get nervous when people are like too familiar with me if I don't know them that well. So that is a fault of mine that I am working on actively on the internet, and I feel like I'm getting more confident like in the community, but it's slow going, you know? It's a weird thing to experience. the whole point of this is to connect with your audience. Because otherwise, who are you doing it for? I mean, I know I'm doing it for myself because I enjoy it. I enjoy the process. But if that's it, it's a lot of work for like only a reward from yourself. But I don't know. I'm still learning, as everyone should be. So, any insight on subscription boxes of any kind? So, I don't subscribe to any boxes. The only subscription I have is to Scribble Prints Co. I could move the kitty over. I might have to do that. Okay, I'm running out of undo too. I'm like, oh, I need to get to Michael's. Because every time I order it off Amazon, it comes half empty, and it pisses me off. So, all right, so subscription boxes. So I thought about Simply Gilded for like a minute, but I really just want the washi. I don't want the other stuff. I did get the Simply Gilded Advent box, and I'm excited, or the 12 Days of Christmas box, whatever it's called. I'm really excited about that one. But other than that, like, I don't do box. And like, even with SPC, I don't even love all of those kits. Like, I definitely am thinking about selling a couple of them because they're just not me. They're a little bit too young for me, meaning they're for like college age girls in their 20s, not their 30s like me, which is lacking in the market. There needs to be more like 30-year-old sticker kits. I'm 35, by the way, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we're moving these boxes. So subscription boxes, I think, unless you like love everything from the box every time, I don't think it's worth it. Because generally, you can find a subscription box like for resale in like a buy-sell trade group. So unless you're like fully committed to like everything that shop does, I'd say it's probably not worth it for you. And that's just my opinion. But now, like, the special boxes, I think are different. Like the Simply Gilded box, the Christmas 12 Days of Christmas box, that's a little bit different because that's like a special thing. It's like, and you kind of know what to expect a little bit. So I'm excited for that one. I thought it was really expensive. I wish that there was an option that was like half of that size. Because really, even like, I don't know how much product's going to be in there, but I'm afraid it's going to be too much for me to use. And it may have been like the wrong thing to purchase. But I'm hoping that that's not true. I'm thinking that it might be. I will definitely unbox it. But things like the Planner Society box, like, again, if you don't love everything and you're not going to use everything in the box, then like, I don't know that it's worth it for you because it's just it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. And do you need all that stuff? Probably not. And you can buy pieces of it like in different planner groups. So it's just something to think about, especially if you have a budget. So I don't know. Subscription boxes, not really my thing. Besides like the mystery kit from SPC. Glam Planner has some really pretty ones too. But I don't love all of them either. So maybe I'm just not like a subscription person. That's probably my deal. But another one was a dream vacation. So I have a couple because I love to travel, and I kind of got the travel bug this summer when we went to New York, even though my trip was kind of a disaster, you know. It wasn't what we planned. Super fun. Loved it. Wasn't what we planned. But we're definitely going to go back. It'll probably be like 1.5 to 2 years before we go back. But we're definitely going to. And that's going to be super fun. But outside the United States, I have a couple places. I definitely want to go to Scotland because my family is Scottish. My last name, Rankin, is actually Runkeen, the Runkeen clan, which is a part of the MacLean clan in Scotland, and we're Scotch-Irish, but we ended up in Eastern Tennessee. So most of my Rankin family they live in Tennessee. Just 2 generations ago, they moved down to Texas. Well, some of them. But we have a bunch of, distant family over in Tennessee. I actually went and visited and saw a bunch of family sites because we've been there since like the 1700s. So it's like lots of deep roots. I need to actually plan something, but I don't know. Oh, okay. I'll work on tidying up. We'll do this. So yeah, I definitely want to go to Scotland and like trace family roots. I got my DNA tested a couple of years ago with Ancestry.com, and that gave me some insight into some different things. So I definitely want to explore some family sites. That we do have a castle up there, so I'd like to go visit the castle. A bunch of my cousins and uncles and aunts have been up there, and you get to stay there and you get to sign the book, and like I want to go and do that whole thing, and I just want to see it because I just think it's beautiful, and I'm so into history and I just want to see everything. I would love to go to India. I've had this like fascination with India for a long time, like since high school. I don't know where that came from. It just like appeared. But I had this weird phase in college where I was kind of into English language Bollywood movies. I don't know. It was weird. I think I blame that on my one of my geography classes in college. Anyway, long story, not short. I do want to go to India, and I do want to also visit Australia, I think. I just am kind of fascinated with all of their like true crime, and I think it's a beautiful country, and I think it would be really fun to visit. So I would like to do that. And what else? I think Scotland is definitely like up there. It's like the #1 thing on my list. Anywhere in Europe, really, I'm totally up for. I would love to go to Africa as well. My youngest sister's sister-in-law, so my brother-in-law's sister, she is actually stationed in Uganda right now. And we're friends on Facebook. We stayed with her in Washington, D.C. this summer. And I would love to go visit her. It is definitely like a developing country. It is very impoverished. I would love to maybe do like some charity work there if there was an opportunity for that. But yeah, Africa has always been like a fascination. I love big cats. So like seeing lions would be amazing. Going on the safari, but also just the culture, like, because it's completely foreign to me and I just know nothing about their culture. Like I can't, I can read about it and everything, but I want to see it. I want to experience it. My uncle goes to Kenya a lot. He goes a couple times a year. So I would like to go there maybe, but yeah, those are like my big places. I love to travel. I just don't have the funds to do it all the time. But I do want to make that a priority. That's, I think, going to be one of my goals for 2020 is to travel some. Even if I have to do it by myself. I did go on a solo trip a few years ago was it 2013? And it freaked my mom out a lot. But I called her every night. There was only one instance where I happened to be in a high-speed car chase. I wasn't in the chase. I was just adjacent to the chase. The guy got tasered right beside my car. It was in Mississippi. And that's a whole nother story. But, yeah. I do definitely want to travel in 2020. And I got the bug after New York. I definitely want to go visit Chicago. And I hope to go to Go Wild this year. I'm going to do my very, very best to go to Go Wild. All right, let me look at the plans real quick because I think I'm just laying down stickers and I don't know what I'm doing. All right, on Saturday, I do want to put in a checklist, so I'm going to do that. I love this black and white pattern. I think it's gorgeous. Whenever I remodel my house, or if I happen to buy another house in the distant future, I would love to do like a bold tile like this. It's so fun. All right, so this is going to be just a catch-all for a bunch of to-dos on Saturday. I do want to work out as well, so I'm going to put in a box for that. Let's throw in this orange one for my workout. And I want to film, and I think I will use the planner from the kit and my little film sticker. Not little, it's huge. Yeah, I'm gonna have to because I don't know what else to do. Okay, we're gonna lay this down. Put this right here. I don't have anything going on Saturday anyway, so whatever. And then Sunday, I want to work out in the morning. I don't have any rounded boxes left, I don't think. I guess I could do one of these guys. I want to incorporate some more of these. When I buy these samplers from Sadie Stickers, I use like one side for a spread and then I'll use the other side for another spread. Actually, I kind of want to use this down here, but I don't think I have enough room now. I'll do it here. Okay, there's that. And then for my workout for this day, I think I'll just use like this yellow box up here. Let me see what other questions I have so I don't miss any. Thoughts on Hobonichi planners? They're not for me. I don't like the paper and they're too small, but I think they're adorable, and I definitely watch Plan With Me's in Hobonichis, even though I would never use one. I just think they're so cute, and yeah, I think they're adorable, but they're just not for me. I used to have this thing with my mom where when we would go shopping, she would say, "Oh, that's so cute," and I would say, "For you," and it would annoy her so much, but it's true. So like, that's so cute for you. Or Amy Poehler's quote, what is it? I don't remember. I'll put it on the screen if I remember, but I love this Amy Poehler quote where she's like talking about how if it just like, I'm messing it up. So I'll put it on the screen if I remember, but it's perfect. Sums up my thoughts on the Hobonichi. Someone asked about my tattoos. So I have 7 tattoos. I do want to get some more. I'm just itching for one, but they're just so expensive and I don't have the money right now to put aside for that because Christmas is coming up. And tattoos are always something that I think about. They're just always on the back burner. Like, I don't ever prioritize getting a tattoo. Like, that's, except one time. Okay, one time. So a couple of years ago, I had this kitty cat named Luca. And this was like right before my channel. I started it. No, it wasn't. It was about 6 months before I started my channel, but it's something that I was like thinking about in my time of mourning, because that cat was, I don't know if you've ever had an animal where you just like totally connect with them on like a cosmic level. And this cat and I were like freaking soulmates. Like, I can't explain it. Like, my dad and my sister had the same thing with our dog Charlotte. It's like a emotional connection. And I had this with this cat, Luca. He was just, I still cry about him sometimes because he was just so special. And when he passed away, it was a couple of weeks after that. And it was before I had gotten my kitty. Well, she's 3, but she was a kitten at the time. It was right before I got her, and where I like had space in my heart. And I think the tattoo process was like, I'm getting choked up right now, like thinking about it. The tattoo process of like getting that tattoo was so special. The artist was a cat guy, and he was like so in tune with me. Like, it was such a good experience, and it was so healing. Like, that's the only word I really have for like that whole tattoo experience, because it was so special. And I'm really, really grateful for that guy, that tattoo guy, and like what he did for me for that day. Like, so I brought in this like outline drawing of this like fat cat, and I also showed him pictures of my Luca cat, and he took them and he kind of like molded them together a little bit, and he did the most beautiful like outline drawing of this fat cat on my shoulder blade. And it was, every time I look at it, it makes me happy. So tattoos can be very, very special. I have one tattoo that's not special at all. I got it on spring break, like 2008 or something, 2008 or 2009. I was with my friend Jessica, who lives in Florida now, but she was living here with me. We were both teachers, like almost brand new teachers. It can't have been like, I don't know, maybe we were teaching for like 1 year or something, and we still were like young. We were like 23, 24, and we went to New Mexico for spring break, and we stayed in a hostel, and we just like got crazy, okay? And one day we just decided, hey, let's go get a tattoo. And I was like, usually I always have ideas of what I want for tattoos, but for this particular day, I just was completely blank and I didn't know. So I just like looked on the wall, and I did that thing that like tattoo artists hate for you to do, but I picked out a flower, and we were having our hippie weekend. All right. So like I was in the zone of like being a hippie girl, okay? It's in me to be that person, so don't be surprised by that. And I just got this flower on the back of my neck, like offset, and I don't regret it at all because it has really good memories of that week like we had, especially since my friend moved away a couple years later. I see it when I look in the mirror, like I'm looking at the back of my head, and it makes me happy. Or like sometimes my students will mention it because they don't see it very often. But yeah, all of my tattoos mean something. They're just all like different meanings. So, except for that one. And even then, it's like, it's still good memory, you know? I just have a couple more things I want to mark, and they're just kind of little-ish things. I can go through I think I have already gone through all my tattoos before on my channel, but I can do that again if y'all are interested. They're not fancy at all. I do want to get a half sleeve eventually, at least on one of my arms. That's in the works, and I already have ideas for what I want to do, but I just don't know when I'm going to have the extra money to do that, because there's always things that just come up before it, and I just move it down my priority list, so it's just never all the way up there. All right, the only thing else I want to add is I think maybe Tuesday night I want to do a little self-care night. So I have my little script sticker here from Virgo and Paper, and maybe like some books. Do some books here and then layer these over. I've been reading a lot lately, and it's been really, really good. Reading is very therapeutic for me. I like to read at night only, though. I don't know what my problem is with reading during the day, but it just doesn't work. Okay, and then I'm also going to add in some little bows, maybe some hearts. Here. That. Okay, I think I have a couple questions left, so let me see. Oh, how's the planner club going? So my kids are so busy. We are growing, but we are so slow growing. We have like, I think 11, no, is it 10 kids right now? I think it's 10 students who are in the planner club, but we meet, like, we alternate mornings and afternoons, and that's to like accommodate their schedules. We have only met as a big group one time, so it's just so hard for me to get them all in the same room together because they're just so freaking busy. And then basketball season's about to start, so it's really just like small groups. Like on this past week on Wednesday, I met with one kid, so it's just like whoever can come at that time. But like sometimes it's like 5 kids, sometimes it's like, and I'm teaching a very small school, so don't think that it's like not popular or whatever. I have interest in it. It's just like getting them here like with me and like teaching them things is like, it's hard. But it's going very well. They're still like super pumped in it. Basically all we do is sit around and we get their planners like up to date. I have all their supplies that I bought them there for them to use. And what else? I teach them how to do like the planner tricks, like cutting washi, or what else? We talk about different systems, like what will work best for them. We talk through how to mark things and how to keep up with it and like routines and all that. Like, it's just very basic stuff right now, and it's been really fun so far. And I'm excited to see like what we build this year, and then maybe next year we can do even more. But it's been good so far. It's been fun. The last thing I want to do real quick is my overlays for this week. I think it's going to bring the spread together a little bit. So I've already marked these with what goes where, so I'm going to put these down first. The last question is, what's it like to be an introvert and also be a teacher? So there's this weird thing where like, and I've heard this from like multiple people, you can talk in front of kids, but then once you get in front of adults, it like gets weird. And that is definitely a thing. I just messed this up. Let's see if I can salvage it. And for the longest time, I had that problem where I could talk in front of my kids, and I wasn't super confident like the first couple years, but I could talk in front of my kids and learn to be confident in front of them. But then when it came to talking in front of adults, that was like really hard. And then as time went on and I started taking on like leadership roles and stuff, that changed. I became a lot more confident talking in front of teachers and approaching them and helping them with different things. And that has become like super comfortable for me. Now, if it's a group of strangers, like stranger teachers, I think I would be intimidated. But with my staff, like, I feel really comfortable. I need to find my ruler so I can get these all down a little bit. So yeah, I am still an introverted person, but I'm one of those weird like introvert extrovert people who's like, with my friends or like people I'm comfortable with, I'm pretty out there. Not like crazy, but I'm like really I'm like extroverted with my friends and stuff. But when it comes to strangers, I'm still very introverted. So it's just it's a weird thing. In my classroom, I'm like super extroverted because I feel very comfortable there. And like I am pretty sarcastic with my kids once they get to know me, and we have a lot of fun together as long as they get their work done. Put this in real quick, but that's just something you kind of get more comfortable with. Now, if I were to go to like a planner event, I will not be extroverted. I will be scared shitless. But I will fake it as best as I can, and I will recharge when I can. That's one of the things an introvert needs, is like time to recharge away from people. I love my alone time. I'm very comfortable with my alone time. So when I have to be in situations where I have to be more outgoing, then that kind of comes up and I have to like address that with myself. But I could feel more confident now than I ever have in my entire life. So I think that's what happens when you get in your 30s. You just start to get confident. And I think from here on out, it's going to be that way. Like every decade is just going to feel even better and better. But your 30s are your best. I mean, I haven't seen anything past this, so I don't know. But my 30s have been my best decade. My 20s were like really hard. I didn't know who I was. I was still struggling with like healthy choices. I made a lot of mistakes, I'll say that. And I didn't take care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, anything. And I hurt a lot of people. Still have in my 30s, but as you grow up, you learn what really matters. And my family and my friends matter, and my planning hobby matters, and my teaching career matters. So you protect those things that you care about with everything that you have, and you do your best. That's the biggest thing. You do what you can, you do your best, and you start over every day. So I don't know if I answered that question, but that's what I was just rambling on about, which is like basically this whole video. This is why I don't get to do talk theories very often. I don't allow myself, because I'll just ramble forever. But this is the last sticker I'm putting down, so I'm going to go fill out this spread, and then I'll show you my pre-planning all finished up, and then at the end, I'll show you my finished spread. So, I'll be right back. So I forgot a couple things, as you saw there, but here we are. I added them in. Meal planning here and fallback. I forgot that. So, oh, this is so pretty. I love it so much. The artwork is gorgeous. I love this little kitty cat. She's like staring into my soul. And I just love the colors. It's so fun. And the foil is really, really pretty. I wish I had an overlay to go over the bottom washi, but that's okay because This kit's gorgeous. I love the like the sparkle of those little dots. It's so subtle and pretty. And I like these little square frames here. This is gorgeous. I'm excited to see how it turns out. So we shall see in just a second. And here is the finished spread. I love how this turned out. It's so pretty, and it's just kind of different from like spreads that I normally do. Like next week's going to be like all pastels, and then the week before this was like all this autumn goodness. So it's just kind of fun to mix it up and use some different colors that I don't normally use, and kind of go a little darker this week with the theme and everything, which I absolutely love. This whole like the artwork and everything. I mean, I've said that a million times in this video. So let's zoom in and I'll show you everything a little bit closer. All right, so my date numbers up here are from Sadie Stickers, and then these arrows are from My Newest Addiction. Fox and Pip here. This was Crafty Banana, but Wednesday went a little bit differently than expected. We had a late start to school because of freezing rain, and I had a migraine, which is not fun. We've got Coffee Monsters Co. here, and then if we move down, more Coffee Monsters Co. And then I've got some Fox and Pip Girls for my fitness stickers here. The whole workout schedule was blown to crap, but it is what it is, and you just got to go with it. This is from Nikki Plus 3, and then this is Rose Colored Days, both of these guys. My script stickers are all from Virgo and Paper. I forgot to mention that. And then over here on this side, I've got these overlays are from Sadie Stickers as well. That same collection with the bows and dots. I think that's so pretty. And then I've got Coffee Monsters Co. here. I put a little Sadie Stickers bow on her. And then Crafty Banana for my personalized coffee cup. This is Sadie Stickers. This is Magic Prince Co. And then down here, I've got a Fox and Pip Girl. I've got a little Coffee Monsters Co. emoji here. This sticker here that's foiled is from Scribble Prince Co. This is Crafty Banana, and another Fox and Pip workout girl. And then I think that's everything. And this box, this collection again is from Sadie's Stickers. So I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the weekend, but it's probably going to be a lot of recharging because this week was just super stressful at work. Ended up crying on Friday on the way home because I was just super like frustrated and stressed. So this weekend is going to be to recharge, and we will, you know, come back at it on Monday a little bit more positive and focused and encouraged. So, well, that's the plan anyway. I've got a lot of blanks here because, like I said, this whole week was just kind of like, weather was weird, and I had my migraine on these 3 days here, and it was just a little bit of too much. So this weekend will fill up. I will post the final pics on my Instagram, which I always have linked down below, and I got a lot of cleaning to do because this is completely blank, but that is completely fine. It'll get done. So I hope that you enjoyed this very, very long plan with me. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!